Hello, my name is Brandon Strasser and I'm a health promotion and fitness major at Otterbein University. And right now I'm currently interning at Michael Johnson Performance at Spire Institute in Geneva, Ohio. So Spire Institute and Michael Johnson Performance coincide with each other. However, we are kind of two separate entities. So I'm actually an intern with Michael Johnson Performance and not necessarily Spire, but I'll speak a little bit on Spire Institute. Uh, the biggest thing, I'm probably going to forget a couple things, but the biggest thing with Spire is they're an academy for high school prep and college prep through several different sports. Right now, it's currently just men's basketball and swimming. With our high school prep with basketball, what they usually do is they go to just nearby high schools around. They'll go to class in the morning. Afterwards, after class or school, they'll go to Spire, train for basketball. After basketball practice, they'll come to us. Now, college prep is different. They come directly right in the morning to Spire. They'll train with us in the morning, then they'll eat their lunch, then they'll do basketball practice. After practice, they can come back to us with a recovery or if they want to do auxiliary exercises. But the biggest thing that Spire does that maybe other different academies don't do is they try to separate academics with athletics. So, with the high school, they actually send them out to the high schools to get them an education, and then they come to us and train for the athletics, kind of separating that student athlete aspect. With the college, some of them do go to a nearby community college just to take their general ed classes. For the most part, not many of them do. But what Spire does is they kind of tutor them, prep them for their ACT to boost their ACT scores. And the biggest thing is just trying to balance out that student athlete to help the students and the athletes reach to the next level when it comes to Division One colleges. So Michael Johnson Performance is a company of its own. The headquarters is actually in Dallas, Texas. There are also others all around the world. They're currently being planted in different countries. But what makes us different from a lot of other private sectors is that we train each athlete to become a better athlete, not just in their sport, but an overall better athleticism. And the way that we do that is we put every athlete through an assessment known as an FMS screening. I don't know if most of you guys know what this is, but it's called functional movement screening. And what this kind of shows is just their movement patterns and areas that maybe we need to correct through our corrective exercises, which will help not only through their lifting or through their running speed and agility, but also will hopefully translate onto the court, onto the field, or onto the track. Then we put them through performance tests like a lot of other strength programs do, and usually it's determined by whatever their sport is. Then we usually put them through the strength program. Also, we put them through plows, reactives, speed and agility. Then also we have this thing called regen or recovery. And it's not just like you're laying down on the bed or whatnot, just sleeping recovery, but we usually do like myofascial release through foam rollers or foam rolling, and then also through just dynamic stretching or static stretching, and then also just stability, core stability, and also just base stability for them. Now, the clientele population that comes in ranges from youth, elementary age, middle school age, to elite Olympic caliber, and also all the way to like senior citizen age, who are training for the Masters Olympics trials. So, but for the most part, we work with youth aged from probably pre-adolescent to adolescent age, all the way to starting to college. After that, they're usually on their own through their college program. But currently, right now, Olympic-wise, we are working with a group of FINA swimmers. Every single one of them are actually international athletes, and for the most part, most of the athletes that we work with are international, especially through the academy. They come from Turkey, Spain, France, Canada, and South America, South Africa, etc. I mean, there's more. I probably forgot a couple others, but we work with a lot of international athletes. But right now with the swimming, we have 5 of them that are training for the Olympics coming up this summer, and one almost 100% sure will be going to Rio to swim. But we have them through a macrocycle training for a couple trials that are coming up. But for the most part, the one, he's from Fiji. will be going to the Olympics this summer. Um, and right now, I'm actually training an American sprinter in track and field who has never lifted in his life, but has just God-given talent and has been running like a 10-2, 10-1 in the 100. So we're trying to bring him down almost to a 10 flat, getting him to the 9 range. We'll hopefully see where that goes, but by training with his techniques, with his speed, agility, and also lifting, hopefully we can progress him there. But one other thing that's been cool that I experienced, I don't know if you guys watch Dancing with the Stars. Well, I was fortunate enough to meet Max Trimkovsky. I probably butchered his last name, and I apologize, but he's one of the main dancers for Dancing with the Stars. And we have a physical therapy place here called All Star Therapy that works very closely with a lot of the dancers from Dancing with the Stars. So they'll do their rehab there, and they'll come up to Michael John's performance. And we actually do off-site programs, but sometimes we'll be fortunate enough where they'll come in and they'll actually train with us there. So John, who's my supervisor, is the one who kind of runs the show there. But it's just cool kind of seeing how he kind of programs, and he trains them exactly the same way as any other athlete. Now, as an intern, every intern will receive this. It's an internship manual with a binder, and there's about 273, 280 pages here. Yeah, I freaked out when I first got this. Honestly, don't worry about it. It's not that bad. Majority of this is just reading material with articles, some short, some like 5-10 pages max. But what they do is they give you a kind of like a syllabus, and it gives you daily and then weekly and then a semester-long schedule, and it has everything organized for you. So it's not like you have to read every single one of that every week or every day. It's nothing too stressful. Trust me, majority of the classes you've taken in college have been a lot more stressful than that. So, but that just kind of gives you an idea of how organized this internship is. And to give you an idea of what a basic day for me is I wake up, I go in at 9:30. Yeah, you get to sleep in, which is great. So get in about 9:30. We start 9:45. Put the college class through speed and agility work starting at 10. That'll last for about half hour, 45 minutes. Then we put them through a lift. That'll be about an hour. After we're done with that, we have a session that's called just intern learning. So we have about an hour and a half of either John, who's my supervisor, the other performance coaches, just kind of teaching us depending on what the week is. So let's just say the week was a power week, so he'll show us a PowerPoint or some articles about power, and just kind of teach us the philosophies, Michael John's performance, the philosophies of power. And after that is lunchtime. Lunch usually goes from 12:30 to 2 o'clock. During that time, majority of us train. So yes, you do have time to train every day between those hours. So you get to lift in an awesome facility or run or whatever. Then you get to eat lunch. Around 2 is when the swimmers come in. So about 2 to 3, the swimmers train. At 3, I actually am able to train a youth athlete or a youth student that comes in for about an hour. It's either with a lift or if we're doing speed and agility work that day. It just depends on the day. After that, we have the high school prep basketball guys come in. So we'll put them through the dynamic warm-up, and we just put them through a lift. And that'll last till about 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock is when our speed youth group comes in, and that ranges from middle school to high school to almost college prep. And there's maybe about, depending on who's coming, about 10 max, I would say. So that'll last about an hour, hour and a half, depending if there's a lift. So we'll put them through their speed and agility work, and then let's just say they do have a lift. We have specific exercises or a specific program for them, and that'll last probably about a half hour, 45 minutes. And usually we're finished up around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So each day is about 9.5, 10 hours maybe. My work week is averaging 52 hours a week. Yes, it does seem like a lot, but honestly, at the end of the day or at the end of the week, literally, it does not feel like that at all. So don't worry about it. You don't have to work 52 hours. I just do. I like working from start to finish. They understand it is an unpaid internship, so they completely understand. You do not have to stay that long. You stay as long as you want, whatever the hours. Like for mine's 12 credit hours. Depending on what yours is, you can just follow that schedule. So it's honestly no big deal at all. But for me, I would recommend you just trying to stay as long as you can. You get a lot more learning out of it. You just get a lot of everything out of it, and it just shows that you're really wanting to work for them. Here at Michael Johnson Performance, you're gonna be exposed to a lot of cool gadgets, techniques, and also opportunities. And one of the opportunities actually for me is coming up this Saturday. I'm going to be able to have the opportunity to go down to Massillon, Ohio, to what's known as a Nike Football Combine in their indoor facility. And while I'm there, I'm going to actually help lead some of the high school groups in dynamic stretches, dynamic warm-ups. And with it, I get free gear, so I get a free shirt, free shorts, free shoes. Can't really beat that from Nike. And we're lucky because we are Nike affiliates, so they actually asked us to help volunteer for them. But it's just definitely going to be a real cool opportunity to be exposed to the combine and also being able to lead a large group, especially with that caliber, with dynamic stretching and warm-ups. Honestly, guys, this has been an amazing internship for me so far. And the performance coaches that I work with are amazing. They come from different backgrounds, which is really cool. It gives you variety. So some from the collegiate level, others from just private sectors. And they're very educational. They're more than willing to teach you. And also, they're more than willing to listen to you. So if you have advice or suggestions, they are very open. So if any of you guys have any questions about this internship, you can reach me at brandon.strasser@otterbein.edu. And I really encourage you, if you guys can, just come up and visit it, take a tour. It's an awesome facility, and I just think you guys should see it firsthand. So wish you guys luck with your internship.